everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, then hi, my name is Shauna Astle and today we're going to jump straight into it with a post-HIIT session stretch. So my favourite stretches to do post-HIIT session, and if you didn't know, I deliver free online sessions with our parks. I'll leave the links down below, but free sessions. Saturday mornings are a HIIT session in particular. So if you feel like you need a bit of motivation, accountability with booking onto a session, then feel free. It's completely free. You just have to create an account, again, completely free, and then sign up to a particular class that you want to do. It's all through Zoom. You don't have to have the webcam on, like the camera on. You can have no camera on. Nobody has sound on other than me, so you can hear my breathless breath. But yes, I'm just starting to cool down. I always get like a mustache white patch. It's normally worse than this though, believe it or not. But yes, come along and stretch with me. So my stretches do change every now and then. I do listen to my body and feel for what it needs. I'm quite good at doing that now at the age of 28. But here I am just resting my legs against the wall. I'm really focusing on breathing into my lower back and pushing my lower back into the floor, as well as my shoulders as well, to open up my chest. And then now I am starting to stretch my straddle, my box, my inner thighs, which I did work a lot in this workout, but I am, which I think I speak about later, I am trying to shift the pattern of not doing this and doing this stretch more regular, because this used to be flat. Then whilst I'm holding this, because I like to hold this stretch in particular for a long time, especially when I am trying to improve flexibility, I like to focus on my breathing. As you breathe out, relax into the stretch even more. Try not to grip into any muscles, and let gravity do its work, basically. But yes, I try to keep the blood flow going through my upper body as well. So that's why I move my arms around a little bit, especially if I feel like there's going to be some clicks going on, because I find it a lovely release. Okay, so here I am basically reversing the stretch that we just did. So my front is now facing the floor, which, may I add, I realised how dirty the floor was after cleaning it like 2 days ago. So that's just a little FYI. But this really opens up my hips more than the one on my back. But again, it's still stretching for the box split, so it's still putting that into practice, working towards those goals. And again, I breathe in nice and deeply, and as I breathe out, I just try to relax every muscle, including the hips as well, because you can easily grip into the hips and the hip flexors. And I try to relax my mind as well. Here I am, just again opening up the chest, trying to retract the shoulders a little bit more. I'm probably just trying to take my mind off of this stretch, because this stretch is a lot more intense for me anyway than the stretch on the back. But yeah, I quite enjoy the stretch once I'm in it, just tend to avoid it. But we're shifting that pattern, we're shifting it together, aren't we? Next, we're back on our backs, but without the wall, and I'm just in a little bit of a laying down frog position. So just again, a hip opener. My pelvis used to be out of alignment and the physio gave me this, so every now and then I just tend to naturally go into it, whether it's an unconscious process of knowing that my hips are out of alignment, or it does just feel good. It opens up the hips and I feel like I get into my hip flexors as well, which I tend to grip into even when I'm driving, so that's something to be mindful of as well. But yeah, again, focusing on my breaths as usual, and just giving myself some self-care with my arms wrapped around. And then now, this is my favorite stretch. I'm going to try and explain it to you. So you walk your legs out, like your feet out, as far as you can. and then you bring your knees in together. It looks a little bit not like great alignment, but what you have to do is on your breath out, relax both bum cheeks and your sacrum area, so the bony bit in between, like that's connected to your tailbone basically, that feels a lovely release. Perfect for the time of the month, but I do this probably every time I stretch, even if I don't feel like I've got lower back pain or if I'm not on the time of the month. But ladies especially, if you are on the time of the month and you get an achy sacrum, so an achy lower part of the back and like where your tailbone is and everything, then try out this stretch, because honestly it is a game changer. Here I am stretching out my glutes. If you've got really tight hips, it'll stretch that out a little bit more as well, but this is more for the glutes. And even if you only have one tight side, like my left glute is, I seem to engage that more like on a daily basis. Even when I'm laying in bed, a lot of the time I'll notice that the top of my left glute is engaged when my right is relaxed. So I'm trying to be mindful of that. But yes, even if you have one tight area, one more engaged area, it's really important to stretch both sides out, as it is when you're working both sides out. You're trying to even it out, keep that balance, and not overcompensate. That's what we're being mindful of in everyday life, but in stretches as well. So you take one ankle past the opposite knee and then thread your hand through the gap as well as on the outside of your leg, as you can see here, hopefully. And then, yeah, try and pull it as close towards you as possible. I sometimes move about, as you can see, especially when I'm feeling like something's stuck in, I don't know, my hip or my glute. I'm trying to kind of almost shift it away. This is another great one, but sometimes I find it hard to breathe, which is why I kind of move forward and backwards. But it's a great one for mobility of the shoulders, stretching out the chest, stretching out the back as well, the middle of the back, which is great. Slightly working the hamstrings here, but it's really important to shoot your bum up into the air. I think I used to do this stretch quite a lot with gymnastics. I think that was one of our sort of warm-up stretches. But when I was moving forward and backwards, I do notice that my shoulders click. So again, it felt like quite a nice release and it was needed. And this is what I mean by, like, a lot of the time I hold stretches like I'm in this child's pose, but I find that listening to my body, sometimes my body tells me you want to move from this to another exercise. But yeah, child's pose, just focus on the breathing. Hello. And then, yes, I thread my right arm at this point underneath my left armpit. Walk the fingertips away. Breathe into it. It's a great twist in the spine. You're again opening up your hips with taking your knees mat width apart. And then now I'm taking my left hand underneath the right armpit, walking the fingertips away. I'm really trying to keep your bum glued to your heels, because a lot of the time I see clients and class members keep the bum up, and that is usually because of tightness. But just try and be mindful of imagining someone's just sat on your back and your bum is glued to your heels. Here we are opening up the shoulders, opening up the chest, focusing on our breathing, and also really just increasing the mobility and stretch in the shoulders and the arms, slight stretch in the arms too. So even if you can't touch fingertips or grab onto the hands, just try to get as close as possible. And again, my body was telling me, do you know what? Let gravity do the work. Just swing a little bit. I was clicking a little bit. It felt nice to just let go. And then we're doing the same thing on the other side, really. Now we're doing a kind of behind the back prayer position. You can do whatever you like with your legs. I had them crossed here. Sometimes I have them in a sitting frog position out in front of me. This one's more about the upper body, really. I find it's retracting the shoulders. Really keep your shoulders slide down towards the bottom of your back. Try and keep your elbows out. They're going to want to come in, but try and keep them out. And then I like to also add in some neck mobility and stretches here. Everything's linked, remember. I get quite a troubled area on the left side of my back in general, but I think it starts from tightness in my upper back, so my neck is of course connected to that. So I try to stretch out and massage my neck out as much as possible, as well as focus on when I'm holding tension in my jaw, which hopefully I won't do much anymore, but whilst I've been at uni, I have definitely been holding tension in my jaw. So yeah, this has been crucial for me to do, and I will carry on doing it because I do find it helps with all down the left side of my back and my left bum cheek. So basically you would have seen me stretch, and after my class, well, during the end of my class, I of course provide a stretch. So we do like a 5-6 minute stretch, sometimes 10 if we have time, but it's only a half an hour workout. So it's usually about 5-6 minute stretch that I end up doing, and we do stretch out the areas that we worked in the workout. So I'd already done that, but then some areas felt like they needed to be held for longer. I kind of listened to my body on that, which is why some stretches was held for 30 to 60 seconds, some maybe longer, especially when you want to increase flexibility. Like the longer you can tolerate it, the better, and breathe into it. So yes, some of the stretches that I did was because I still ate from some of the exercises that we did. Some things like the box against the wall, I mean, I used to be flat in that, and now I have no excuse. Now I've finished university, woo-woo. I've made a promise to myself that I will practice that more often, and it's best to do it when you are warm, when it's those sort of stretches. But yeah, I get tight glutes, so I do some glute stretches. Same with the hamstring and lower back, so I did those stretches. And yeah, shoulders, kind of mobility wise as well. So yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you have any requests for certain stretch mobility workout videos, I am thinking about doing a killer core 15-minute only workout, so let me know if you'd like that. If not, I can do it in my own time. I do it every now and then anyway. So yeah, let me know if you like these videos. Subscribe if you haven't already, because there's more fitness related, just shifting patterns related. I'm also having a cool, what are they called? Like a episode 1, episode 2 sort of style video coming soon to becoming my version of that girl, because it's only right that it's that girl that you want to be, not another girl that's trying to be that girl that is not like you. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'll explain a little bit better when my arm's not aching so much. But yes, have a lovely rest of your Sunday, have a great week ahead, and if I don't see you before, I will see you next Sunday for a brand new video.